On the distant planet Velera, the skies glowed with shades of purple and gold. Towering crystal towers reflected the light of two suns, and the streets were clean and smooth. Velera was a planet of beauty, intelligence, and power. At the heart of the planet lived Zara, the alien queen. She was admired and respected by all her people. Her eyes shone like emeralds, and her presence commanded attention. She moved with grace, and her voice carried authority. Zara had everything that anyone could desire. Yet, for all her power and beauty, she carried a question that no one could answer. Zara had watched humans for many years. Humans were strange creatures. They were small compared to Velerans, fragile in appearance, and often reckless. Yet, they fascinated her. Across the stars, humans had achieved things she had never seen. They explored space, built massive ships, and formed colonies on distant planets. Some humans had even defeated alien threats that were far stronger than them. Despite all this, Zara noticed something curious. Not a single human had ever chosen her. They did not come seeking her friendship, her advice, or even her company. This puzzled Zara deeply. She wanted to understand why. One morning, Zara summoned her council. Her advisors, tall Velerans with shining skin and flowing robes, bowed as she spoke. "Humans have always intrigued me," she said. "They are clever, brave, and full of surprises. Yet, not one has ever reached out to me. I want to know why. Send a messenger to Earth. Bring me someone who can answer this question." The council looked uneasy. Humans were unpredictable, and the Queen's curiosity could lead to trouble. Still, they obeyed her command. Within days, a small shuttle was sent to Earth with a message: the alien Queen of Velera wished to meet a human who could explain why their kind had never chosen her. The news reached many scientists, explorers, and diplomats. Most ignored it, afraid of angering an alien queen. Only a few showed interest. Among them was Leo, a young scientist known for his courage and curiosity. He had studied human-alien relations for years and believed that understanding Velera could benefit humanity. Leo prepared his small shuttle carefully. He packed his research equipment, communication devices, and notes about Velera's culture. As he took off from Earth, he thought about the challenge ahead. "This will not be easy," he said to himself. "The Queen is powerful, and her people are unlike anything I have seen. But I must try. The answer she seeks could change the way humans and Velerans understand each other." After days of travel, Leo arrived in the orbit of Velera. The planet was breathtaking. Crystal towers rose from lush green valleys, and the sky shimmered with colors he had never seen before. He landed near the Queen's palace, a massive structure made of transparent crystal. As he stepped out of his shuttle, he felt both nervous and excited. The air was light, almost musical, and the ground beneath him seemed to hum with energy. Zara waited in the grand hall of her palace. Her robes flowed like liquid light, and her eyes studied Leo carefully. She did not smile, but there was curiosity in her gaze. "Welcome, human," she said. Her voice was calm but firm. "You are here because I wish to understand something. Tell me, why have your kind never chosen me?" Leo bowed respectfully. "Your Majesty, I will do my best to answer. Humans are complicated. They do not always choose what seems powerful or beautiful. They value other things, things that may not be visible at first glance. To explain fully, I must show you how humans think and act." Zara's eyes narrowed slightly. She had not expected a careful answer. Most Velerans would have given her praise or flattery. Leo's words were honest, and that honesty intrigued her. She gestured for him to follow. "Show me, then," she said. "I will listen carefully. Perhaps your words will reveal the truth I seek." As Leo began, he talked about human courage, curiosity, and compassion. He spoke of humans working together in dangerous situations, helping each other even when it was risky. He explained that humans admired trust and loyalty above power or status. Zara listened, her mind opening to new ideas. She had always thought that no one chose her because they did not see her greatness. Perhaps the reason was not that simple. That night, as the two of them looked out over the glowing city, Zara wondered what else Leo might teach her. She realized that this human was not afraid of her power. He spoke with respect but also with honesty, something her people rarely offered. For the first time, she felt a spark of curiosity that was different from desire or ambition. She wanted to understand humans more deeply, and Leo was the key to that understanding. Zara retired to her chambers that night, thinking about what she had heard. The question that had puzzled her for years remained, but now she felt hope. Perhaps the answer was not in her power or beauty, but in something deeper, something human. Tomorrow, she decided, she would continue to learn. She would listen, observe, and see the truth that had eluded her for so long. The next morning, the palace of Viewership shimmered with light from the twin suns. The crystal walls reflected every color, making the grand hall sparkle like a galaxy. Queen Zara stood at the center, her posture proud and her eyes bright with curiosity. She had spent the night thinking about the human, Leo. His words had been unlike anything she had heard from her own people. They had been honest, careful, and thoughtful. She wanted to understand more, not just through words, but through actions. Leo entered the hall with a calm and steady presence. He carried his small satchel filled with notes and devices for observation. Unlike the Villarans, he did not move with the same elegance, but Zara found his simplicity refreshing. He bowed politely and said, "Your Majesty, I am ready to continue. I wish to show you the way humans think and act, not just tell you." Zara raised an eyebrow. "Very well," she said. "If you speak truly, I will listen. If you lie, I will know. Humans are clever, but they cannot hide from me." Leo smiled slightly. "I will speak honestly," he replied. "Humans value trust, courage, and care more than power or beauty. They are not perfect, but they have something unique. To understand, you must see it for yourself." Zara nodded and waved her hand. A holographic map appeared in the center of the hall, showing images of Earth and human colonies across space. Leo activated a sequence that showed humans solving problems together. Some were on ships, repairing damage caused by storms. Others were rescuing colonies after asteroid impacts or alien attacks. Zara watched carefully. The humans faced danger with determination and sometimes fear, but they never gave up. She noticed how they communicated, helped each other, and shared responsibility. "Why do they act this way?" Zara asked. "Do they not fear for themselves?" Leo shook his head. "Of course, they feel fear. But they understand that helping others is more important. Humans are willing to take risks for those they care about. They admire honesty, courage, and loyalty above strength or appearance. That is why no human has come to you. They did not see what they were looking for in a distant, perfect world." Zara listened intently. Her culture valued control, perfection, and obedience. Humans valued connection, trust, and heart. It was a strange difference. She had expected humans to be drawn to her power and beauty, but now she understood that those qualities alone were not enough. Humans wanted something deeper, something more personal. "Show me more," Zara said. "Words are not enough. I must see this for myself." Leo smiled and activated another projection. This time, he showed a simulation. It was a scenario in which a human colony faced a sudden disaster. Asteroids threatened the planet, and the population had little time to react. In the simulation, humans worked together to protect each other. Some led evacuation efforts. Others repaired ships or structures. Each human acted with care, creativity, and courage. Zara watched closely. She noticed how they risked themselves to save others, and how they solved problems quickly, without waiting for orders. Impressive, Zara said. They act without fear, yet they do not seek power. They are not perfect, but they are strong in ways my people may never understand. Leo nodded. Exactly. Humans are not perfect, but their imperfections make them stronger. They learn from mistakes. They connect with others. They value trust and honesty. That is why they choose carefully and why they never came to you. They were searching for something more than beauty and power. They wanted someone they could respect and rely on. Zara fell silent. For the first time, she realized that all the grandness of her palace, all her titles, and all her accomplishments could not alone attract humans. The answer was not in her greatness but in the connection humans sought. They looked for courage, loyalty, and care. They valued action that came from the heart. After a moment, Zara spoke again. Leo, your people are different from mine. They do not follow rules blindly. They choose based on what they feel is right, even when it is difficult. This is something I have never seen in my world. Leo replied, humans are like that because they understand the value of each life and the importance of trust. They do not admire perfection alone. They admire action, honesty, and bravery. That is why no human has come to you, even though you are strong and wise. They were looking for connection, not power. Zara's eyes shone with a new understanding. Her curiosity had been satisfied, but it also opened a door to something new. She wanted to learn more from Leo, to see how humans acted in real situations, and to understand the qualities that made them unique. Very well, Zara said. Tomorrow, we will do more than observe. I want to see humans in action, not in projections. You will show me how they face challenges, and I will watch. Only then will I understand fully. Leo bowed once more. I will prepare for it, Your Majesty. You will see what humans can do when they trust each other and act with courage. As Leo left the hall, Zara looked out across the glowing city. For the first time, she felt curiosity and excitement, not just pride. She realized that her question had no simple answer, but she was willing to learn. The journey to understand humans had begun, and she knew it would change her view of the universe. The next day, the palace of Velara buzzed with activity. Queen Zara prepared for the demonstration that Leo promised. She was curious, eager, and a little impatient. Her people moved silently around her, adjusting lights and crystal panels to display the simulations Leo had requested. Leo arrived early, carrying his small satchel filled with devices that could show human colonies and their work in real time. Your Majesty, Leo said, bowing, today I will show you how humans think, work, and act in difficult situations. You will see why they have never chosen based on power alone. Zara nodded, her eyes bright with anticipation. I am ready, she said. Show me what humans are truly like. Leo activated a large projection in the center of the hall. Holographic images of Earth and its human colonies appeared. He began with the story of a mining colony on a distant asteroid. A sudden storm of cosmic debris threatened the settlement, and the human workers had only a few hours to secure their equipment and protect each other. Zara watched closely. She saw humans move quickly and carefully. They worked in teams, each member taking responsibility for their part. When a piece of equipment broke, they did not panic. Instead, they collaborated, using whatever tools were available to repair it. Some humans risked their own safety to help others reach safe areas. Zara noticed that courage was not about fighting or strength, but about acting despite fear. They are brave, Zara said softly. But they are not as strong as my guards. How can they survive such dangers? Leo smiled. Strength is not always physical, he said. Humans survive because they trust each other and work together. They make decisions quickly, learn from mistakes, and care about their people. That is what makes them strong. Next, Leo showed a colony on a planet covered with ice. A sudden melt caused massive floods. Humans guided each other to high ground, carrying children and the elderly. Some repaired broken machines to prevent further damage. Others built temporary shelters to protect the settlers. Zara watched, amazed at their teamwork. They did not follow strict rules or orders, yet they acted efficiently. They were flexible, creative, and kind. They are unpredictable, Zara said. My people would never survive such chaos without strict orders. Humans seem different. Yes, Leo said. Different, but effective. They do not follow power blindly. They value courage, loyalty, and trust. They admire those who act for others, even if it is risky or hard. Humans have never chosen you because they were looking for someone who shares these values, someone they can rely on in challenges. Zara considered this carefully. She had always believed that no human approached her because they did not see her greatness. But now she realized the truth was more complex. Humans did not admire only power, beauty, or titles. They looked for connection, trust, and bravery. Perfection alone could not attract them. Leo continued the demonstration. He showed humans on a spaceship racing to save a research station from a malfunctioning reactor. The crew communicated clearly, acted quickly, and never blamed each other for mistakes. Each member's contribution was valuable, and each act of courage mattered. Zara noticed how humans celebrated small successes together and supported each other when failures occurred. They are very different from Vielerans, she said. We value perfection, control, and obedience. Humans value courage, care, and honesty. Perhaps that is why they never came to me. They were looking for qualities I did not show. Leo nodded. Yes, Your Majesty. Humans admire those who are willing to act despite fear. They value trust, creativity, and loyalty. You are powerful and intelligent, but your people's way of life may appear distant or cold to them. That is why they never reached out. Zara fell silent for a moment. She had thought her question might embarrass her or prove that humans did not respect her. Instead, she felt curiosity and understanding. She realized that knowing her own strengths was not enough. She must also understand the qualities humans valued. To connect with them, she needed more than beauty and power. She needed empathy, courage, and trust. Tomorrow, Zara said finally, we will go beyond observation. I want to see humans in real action. I want to understand how they face danger and how they protect each other. Only then will I know the truth fully. Leo smiled. I will arrange that, Your Majesty. You will see what humans do when they are challenged. You will see the heart of humanity in action. As Leo prepared his devices and data for the next demonstration, Zara walked to the balcony of her palace. The twin suns shone over the crystal towers, casting colors across the city. She thought about what she had seen. Humans were small and fragile, yet their courage and loyalty made them strong. They did not admire perfection alone. They admired trust, bravery, and heart. For the first time, Zara understood that the way her people valued power might not attract humans. She felt a spark of excitement. She wanted to learn more, to see humans in real life, and to understand what they truly admired. That night, as the city of Vieira glowed under the twin suns' fading light, Zara felt a sense of anticipation. The next day would bring action, not just observation. She was ready to see humans not only in stories and simulations but in challenges that would reveal their courage and loyalty. The journey to understand humanity was just beginning, and she knew it would change her perspective forever. The next morning, Queen Zara stood in the center of her grand hall. Light from the twin suns passed through the crystal towers, creating reflections that danced across the walls. She was determined to understand humans more deeply. The simulations had been interesting, but she wanted more. She wanted to see courage, trust, and decision-making in action. Leo arrived promptly, carrying his devices and small equipment bag. He bowed respectfully. "Your Majesty, today I will show you humans in real situations. You will see how they respond to danger, how they help each other, and how they solve problems together." Zara's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "I want to see more than planning and words. Show me their action, their courage, and their heart. Only then will I understand why they act as they do." Leo nodded and activated a projection. It was a simulation, but unlike the previous ones, this one was interactive. Humans were on a colony on a planet with unstable weather patterns. A sudden storm threatened their settlement, with strong winds and lightning striking the buildings. The human colonists needed to protect each other, their equipment, and their homes. Zara watched closely as the humans worked together. Some carried supplies to shelters. Others guided families to safe zones. The humans did not hesitate when danger approached. Each person used their knowledge, skills, and courage to help others. They encouraged each other and celebrated every small success. "They do not have great strength like my guards," Zara said softly. "Yet they face fear directly. They do not wait for orders. They act immediately to help others." Leo smiled. "That is human courage. They understand that action is more important than perfection. Even when afraid, they act to protect life and help their community." Zara leaned closer to the projection. She noticed how humans communicated quickly, using signals and gestures. Each member of the group knew what to do, yet no one was controlling the others. They cooperated naturally, adapting to the situation. Zara realized this was very different from Villarans, who followed strict rules and expected obedience. Humans acted with freedom, trust, and care, and that made them stronger than she had imagined. "Impressive," Zara said. "They act with respect and care for each other. They do not rely on power or fear to lead. They rely on trust and understanding." Leo nodded. "Exactly. Humans are not perfect, but their connection to each other gives them strength. They value courage, honesty, and loyalty above beauty or status. That is why they have never chosen you. They were looking for qualities that build trust and cooperation." Zara reflected on his words. Her people valued control, perfection, and achievement. Humans valued connection, courage, and care. It was a fundamental difference. Zara realized that if she wished to connect with humans, she needed more than power and titles. She needed empathy, respect, and courage. Leo continued with another scenario. This time, the humans faced a collapsing research station on an icy planet. The station's structure was cracking, and the researchers were trapped. The humans worked together to stabilize the building and evacuate everyone safely. Some risked falling ice to rescue colleagues. Others repaired broken equipment to prevent further collapse. Each action required courage, skill, and trust. Zara observed every move. She felt a mixture of admiration and surprise. These humans, small and fragile in appearance, were extraordinary in spirit. They took risks not for glory or reward but to protect others. That was something she had never seen among her people. Villarans admired skill and intelligence, but humans admired heart and action. "They are remarkable," Zara said quietly. "Their courage is different from mine. They act for others, not for themselves. They connect through trust, not status." Leo bowed. "Yes, Your Majesty. Humans show their value through action. They are not drawn to perfection alone. They seek honesty, courage, and loyalty. That is why they never approached you. They were searching for qualities that build trust and connection." Zara thought deeply about his words. For the first time, she understood that her question why no human had chosen her was not about her at all. It was about what humans valued. She realized she could learn from them, not only to understand their ways but also to grow herself. Tomorrow, Zara said finally, we will face a real test. I want to see humans act not in simulations, but in situations with real consequences. Only then will I fully understand their courage and heart. Leo nodded. I will arrange that, Your Majesty. You will witness human bravery and ingenuity firsthand. You will see the heart of humanity in action, and I believe it will give you the answer you seek. Zara stood by the balcony, watching the glowing city below. She felt anticipation and excitement. Humans were not just clever or strong. They were brave, loyal, and compassionate. They valued connection and trust above all else. The next day promised to reveal even more, and Zara knew that what she learned would change her understanding of humans and perhaps herself forever. The following morning, Queen Zara woke with a sense of anticipation. Today would be different from simulations and projections. Leo had promised a real demonstration of human courage and ingenuity. The palace was alive with activity as Villarans prepared to observe. Crystal towers reflected the light of the twin suns, and the city shimmered with energy. Zara felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She had never witnessed humans in real action, only through images and stories. Leo arrived, carrying his small equipment bag and devices. Your Majesty, he said respectfully, today you will see humans work under real pressure. They will show you how they think, act, and protect each other when danger is real. You will understand why they value courage and connection above all else. Zara nodded. I am ready, she replied. Let this demonstration begin. Leo activated the system, and a large projection appeared in the center of the hall. It displayed a human colony in deep space, on the edge of an uncharted system. A fleet of hostile alien raiders had appeared, threatening to destroy the settlement. The humans were caught off guard and had only minutes to respond. Zara's eyes widened. The situation was more intense than anything she had seen before. She could feel the tension in the projection as humans hurried to protect their people and ships. They organized teams, assigned tasks, and coordinated defenses. Each person acted with determination, knowing that failure could mean loss of life. They are unarmed compared to these raiders, Zara said quietly. How can they survive? Leo smiled. Humans survive because they think, adapt, and trust each other. They use every skill they have. Courage is not about strength alone. It is about acting even when danger is great. Zara watched as the humans took control of the situation. Some piloted small ships to intercept raiders, drawing them away from the colony. Others repaired damaged shields and weapons, working under heavy fire. Teams communicated quickly, solving problems as they appeared. The humans were flexible, brave, and determined. They are not perfect, Zara said. But they are extraordinary. They do not wait for orders. They act for the good of others. They protect their people, their home, and each other. Leo nodded. That is human courage. They do not rely on power or fear to lead. They rely on trust, creativity, and loyalty. That is what makes them strong, even against overwhelming odds. The projection showed a human ship about to be destroyed. A small team of humans risked their lives to divert the raiders, giving the colony time to repair defenses. They acted without hesitation, their faces focused and determined. Zara was captivated. She had never seen bravery like this among Villarans. Her people valued intelligence and skill, but humans combined courage with care for others. They are remarkable, Zara said softly. They act from the heart. They do not seek glory. They seek to protect life and help others. That is the strength I did not understand before. Leo continued. Humans are willing to risk themselves for their community. They learn from mistakes. They adapt quickly. That is why they survive when others might fail. They value honesty, trust, and loyalty more than perfection or power. As the projection continued, Zara observed humans rescuing injured colonists and repairing critical systems. Their cooperation was seamless, despite the chaos. Each human understood their role but also adapted as needed. Their courage inspired her. She realized that humans were strong in ways she had never considered. Strength was not only physical or mental, it was moral and emotional. They have heart, Zara said quietly. And that heart guides them through danger. They are different from my people. Their courage is not about control or perfection. It is about care, trust, and bravery. Leo bowed slightly. That is why no human has approached you before, Your Majesty. They were searching for qualities that match their values: trust, courage, and heart. They did not find them in your world, and so they waited. Now, you can see what they admire and why they act as they do. Zara felt a deep respect for humans. Their courage, loyalty, and care were unlike anything she had imagined. For the first time, she understood that her question why humans never chose her was not a question of her power, beauty, or wisdom. It was about connection, trust, and heart. She looked at Leo, her eyes bright with understanding. I see now, she said. Humans value what I did not know to offer. Their strength is not just in skill or intelligence. It is in their heart. That is why they act as they do, and that is why I have never seen them approach me. The truth is clear, and it is not a failure. It is a lesson. Leo smiled. Yes, Your Majesty. The lesson is clear. Courage, trust, and care are the true marks of strength. Humans show this every day, and that is what makes them remarkable. Zara remained silent for a moment, watching the projection of humans saving their colony. She felt admiration, understanding, and curiosity. She realized that learning from humans could change her perspective and her approach to her own people. The Queen felt a spark of something new: respect, not just for humans, but for the values they represented. The city of Viewership glowed under the twin suns, reflecting the crystal towers and the palace where the Queen stood. She knew that this encounter would shape her future. The journey to understand humanity had revealed courage, heart, and trust, and she was ready to learn even more in the days to come. The day after the dangerous encounter, the palace of Viewership was calm. The crystal towers reflected the twin suns, sending beams of light across the city. Queen Zara walked slowly through the grand hall, thinking about the events she had witnessed. Humans had faced danger bravely, saving their colony and protecting each other. Their courage, teamwork, and care had impressed her deeply. For the first time, she understood that strength was more than power or perfection. It was heart, trust, and loyalty. Leo arrived as planned, carrying his small equipment bag. He bowed respectfully. Your Majesty, you wish to hear the truth from a human perspective, he said. I am here to answer your question as clearly as I can. Zara's eyes glowed with anticipation. She had learned much from observing humans, but now she wanted to hear it in words. She asked softly, Tell me, Leo. Why have no humans ever chosen me? Leo took a deep breath. He spoke carefully, aware that the answer might surprise her. Your Majesty, humans do not choose based on power, beauty, or status alone. They value other qualities. Courage, honesty, trust, and loyalty matter more to them. They seek connection and understanding. They want someone they can rely on, someone who acts with heart and integrity. Zara listened intently, her mind absorbing each word. So, it is not that they do not admire me, she asked. It is that they do not see what they value in my world. Exactly, Leo replied. Your world is perfect, controlled, and orderly. That is admirable, but humans look for something more. They look for someone who shares their values, someone who can face challenges, take risks, and care for others. They admire courage in action, not just in theory. They seek trust, loyalty, and connection. That is why they have never approached you. Zara fell silent. The truth was not harsh or insulting. Instead, it was enlightening. She realized that all her power, beauty, and wisdom could not attract humans because they admired qualities that her world rarely emphasized. Humans sought heart and courage, not perfection. They sought connection and trust, not status or control. You mean, Zara said slowly, that humans do not choose because they are searching for something deeper than what I offer? They want courage, honesty, and loyalty. They want trust and connection. Yes, Your Majesty, Leo said. Humans admire action that comes from the heart. They value those who act to help others, even when it is difficult or risky. They look for reliability, empathy, and care. That is why they never reached out. They were waiting to find qualities that match their values. Zara took a deep breath. For the first time, she understood herself through human eyes. She had thought her question might reveal weakness, but instead it revealed wisdom. Humans did not value power or beauty alone. They valued courage, trust, and heart. This was a truth she had never considered, and it changed everything. I see now, Zara said quietly. The reason no human has chosen me is not because I am unworthy. It is because my world does not show what they value. They are searching for qualities that my culture does not always display. And yet, I can learn from them. Leo nodded. Yes, Your Majesty. Humans are not perfect, but their imperfections make them strong. They face danger, help each other, and act with courage. They trust and rely on each other, and that is why they survive and thrive. These qualities are what they admire in others. Zara looked out over the glowing city. The twin suns reflected in the crystal towers, and the streets below shimmered with life. She felt a sense of humility and curiosity. Humans were small, fragile, and yet extraordinary. Their heart, courage, and loyalty had inspired her. She realized that understanding these qualities could change her approach to her own people and her own world. Thank you, Leo, Zara said finally. Your words have shown me the truth. It is not about failure or rejection. It is about understanding. Humans value what I did not see. They value courage, heart, and trust. I will remember this lesson. Leo bowed. It is an honor to share this, Your Majesty. I hope it helps you understand humans and perhaps brings our worlds closer together. Zara stood in silence for a moment, reflecting on everything she had learned. The dangerous encounter, the simulations, and Leo's words had revealed the essence of humanity. Courage, care, loyalty, and trust were stronger than power or perfection. She understood now that the humans' choices were guided by these qualities. They sought connection and heart above all else. For the first time, Zara felt a desire to change. She wanted to bring trust, courage, and care into her world. She wanted to show her people that strength was not only in perfection and control but in action, empathy, and loyalty. The lesson of humans had opened a new path for her. That evening, as the twin suns set and the crystal towers glowed softly, Zara sat quietly in her chambers. She thought about the human perspective she had received. The truth had silenced her question, replaced it with understanding. Humans had not rejected her. They had simply chosen differently, valuing qualities that she now recognized. She smiled softly, feeling respect and curiosity for these small, courageous beings across the stars. The city of Viewership glowed softly under the twin suns as Queen Zara walked through the grand halls of her palace. The events of the past days had changed her. She had seen humans in action, witnessed their courage, and learned their values. She had understood why no human had ever chosen her before. It was not because of a lack of power, beauty, or wisdom, but because humans valued trust, courage, and heart above all else. Leo arrived early, carrying his small bag and devices for the day's activities. Your Majesty, he said respectfully, today we can take the next step. You have observed and learned. Now you can begin to act on what you have learned. Humans are ready to connect with Viewership. You have the choice to understand them, and they have the courage to approach you. Zara nodded. Her eyes shone with a new determination. I am ready, she said. I have seen their courage and their heart. I now want to see how I can build connection and trust. Show me, Leo. Leo guided her to the observation room. Outside the palace, a small human delegation had arrived in shuttles. They were explorers, scientists, and diplomats, small in size compared to Villeran's, but confident in spirit. They looked at Villera with curiosity and hope, not fear. Zara watched them carefully. She noticed the same courage and determination she had seen in the simulations and projections. Observe them, Leo said. Notice how they act. Notice their respect for life and for each other. They value honesty and connection. You will see how they approach challenges, not with strength alone, but with heart. Zara watched as humans began to interact with Villarans. They asked questions, observed the technology and culture, and shared knowledge. They were patient and careful, showing curiosity without arrogance. They worked together to understand Villera, just as humans on other planets work together to survive danger. Zara felt admiration for them. They are small, yet brave, she said softly. Their courage is in their heart, not their strength. That is what I did not see before. That is what they value and why they act as they do. Leo nodded. Yes, Your Majesty. Humans admire courage, loyalty, and trust. They value connection and heart above all else. They come here not for power or beauty, but for understanding and partnership. Zara stepped forward and approached the human delegation. Her voice was calm, strong, and welcoming. Welcome to Villera, she said. I have observed your courage, loyalty, and heart. I have learned from you. Today, I wish to understand more and build a partnership that values connection, trust, and courage. The humans bowed respectfully. Their leader, a woman named Myra, spoke clearly. Your Majesty, we have come to learn from Villera and share knowledge from our worlds. We value cooperation, trust, and courage. We are ready to work together. Zara smiled. She realized that this was the first time humans had approached her willingly. They were not seeking power or status. They sought connection, understanding, and shared purpose. This was the truth she had been searching for. Humans did not choose her for what she was, they chose to connect with what she could become. Over the following days, humans and Villarans began to work together. Humans shared new technology, scientific knowledge, and ways to solve problems creatively. Villarans shared their wisdom and experience. Zara watched interactions closely, noticing how trust and respect grew between the two species. Humans were small but clever, courageous, and adaptable. Villarans were strong, intelligent, and disciplined. Together, they were stronger than either alone. Zara realized that her understanding of leadership had changed. She had thought that power and perfection were the highest values. Now she knew that connection, trust, and courage were even more important. She began encouraging her people to act with empathy, honesty, and bravery, not just skill and intelligence. One evening, Zara stood on the balcony, watching the twin suns set over the glowing city. Leo joined her. You have learned much, he said. The humans value courage and heart. They see connection as strength. You have understood that. Now, the question of why no human chose you has been answered. Zara smiled softly. Yes, Leo. The truth has been revealed, and it has changed me. Humans value what my world rarely emphasizes. They admire heart, courage, and trust. They seek connection above all else. I will remember this lesson. I will build bridges, not just rules. I will lead with understanding and empathy. Leo nodded. And that is why humans have finally approached you, Your Majesty. They see your willingness to learn and connect. That is the beginning of trust. Zara turned her eyes toward the sky, where the stars of distant human colonies shone brightly. She felt hope, curiosity, and respect. Humans had shown her that true strength was not in perfection or power alone. It was in courage, heart, and the willingness to connect. From that day forward, Velera began a new chapter. Humans and Velerans worked together, exploring new planets, solving challenges, and building trust. The alien queen who once wondered why no human chose her now understood the truth. The lesson of humanity had changed her forever. She had learned that courage, loyalty, and heart were the greatest strengths of all, and in understanding them, she found a new path for her people and herself.